Hey everyone, so what you're about to watch is my stream of consciousness initial reaction to Star Wars The Last Jedi. It originally started out as a review. As things went along, it took kind of a weird turn, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to be interested to know what you guys think, but it's definitely not your typical analysis slash discussion. Okay, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, anybody who knows me knows I love Star Wars more than anything. Three original films are my favorite movies of all time. And I love The Force Awakens. I thought Force Awakens was an excellent reintroduction to that universe. It had so many crowd-pleasing moments. Yes, I understand it is like beat for beat A New Hope, but that movie has a rewatchability factor to it that I think a lot of people ignore. I can watch that movie over and over and be really entertained. I love the characters they introduced. I love the humor. I loved seeing the gang kind of come back together, but I thought it started a new universe that I really wanted to see more of. And before I get in depth, I will say I will not be spoiling any major plot points, I promise. With that said, when you have an in-depth discussion about a film, it's impossible to talk about it without implying something. So if you want to know nothing, turn this review off now. Okay, you good? Okay, here's what I thought. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's so weird, because I saw it with my buddy Nick at CBC Baller 44, best friend, guy's great, big, huge Star Wars fan, we had a blast. There's moments in it that I really liked. Couple moments that gave me chills, some tears, but there's something about it that I didn't like, and maybe even borderline hated. And I think I figured it out, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, keep in mind, I just saw this movie. Tomorrow, I might feel a different opinion. I'm giving you my review now. So if things change, I'll let you know. You can follow me on Twitter at Castellani 2014. I think as a sequel to The Force Awakens, this kind of sucks balls. We all had kind of the same questions coming out of The Force Awakens. Who are Rey's parents? Who is Snoke? Is Rey going to become a Jedi? What's going to happen to Finn? Are we going to see more of Poe? The questions that this movie answered, I thought were handled really poorly. And I think some of the answers that they gave us kind of betrayed some of what we saw in Force Awakens to a certain extent. I came into this movie wanting answers, and when I got those answers, I thought they were executed poorly. Man, this is really tough, man. I'm trying to think of what to say here, because I have so many things to say, and I don't know how to say them. It's weird. This is very rare territory for me. I'm just baffled by a lot of the decisions that were made in this movie. I'm a bit confused, especially about the direction that this series is going to go in now. I think the biggest thing that I'll start off with the good, because there is good here, obviously. Once again, there's the obvious ones. Visually, it's amazing. The score, incredible. John Williams, every time, amazing. You get chills. Most of the performances are good. Mark Hamill, I think, is excellent. Now, this is his role. Thought he was great. I thought Carrie Fisher in this one, much better than she was in Force Awakens. I dug her in this. And this is her last performance, and that's, it's sad as shit. But I'll say that she went out really strong. She did. I thought she did a good job in this one. She was given a lot more to do. I think Oscar Isaac is great as Poe Dameron. I think John Boyega still has a lot of charisma. Adam Driver is an incredible actor, and I think he gives it his all. He gives it everything he has in this film. I felt like the script and the direction held him back a bit. I still commend him for his performance. Daisy Ridley as Rey. Daisy Ridley, she's great at portraying broad emotions. She's a very good crier. She's a very good screamer. That sounds kind of dirty when I say it like that, but I mean that within the context of the film. But some of the mini lines I was like, man, can this bitch act? There were certain moments where she's delivering a line, and I was like, that's the best take they got? One guy who bothered me in this, and I feel bad because I think this guy's a good actor, and he didn't bother me in Force Awakens, but Donald Gleason as General Hux was just chewing scenery, and like not in a good way. That dude was hamming it up, and I think he was directed to do so, but damn. I thought the last hour of this movie was really good. I thought that you got to see more of what I expected to see. The action is excellent. Yes, a lot of it is CG, but they do a great job with the camera work and kind of doing sweeping angles and doing a good job of making it feel like you're there. It doesn't feel like the processed, overly done, computer-generated action that we saw in the prequels. This is, there is a bit more of a grit to this. There are a few moments of humor that I think really work and that made me laugh hard. I feel like I need to see it again because this is so drastically different. Yes, at points it does mirror some beats from previous films, but this to me was so drastically different than what I expected. And that kind of transitions into some of the bad. I thought in Force Awakens, 95% of the time when there was humor spliced in, it worked. Here, it's like 55%. There's some moments that are really good, that are like these quiet moments that will then be like punctuated by unnecessary humor. This script needed some touching up. There's certain one-liners and stuff that is just, it's just kind of lame. I'm really baffled why they felt the need to introduce 3 new characters in this film. You know, I'm still sitting here. You're literally watching a man, like, eating his own brain, trying to think of what to say about this movie. And I was just online for like 10 minutes. I was looking at some stuff and read an article on Collider that I think kind of put things in perspective a bit. This movie is a complete shakeup of the Star Wars mythology. There's things that happen in this movie that are so unexpected that I don't know whether or not they were good. Because this movie fucks with you. It really does. Because I'm not sure if all the questions that were, it's hard to explain. I'm not sure if they were being truthful in all the questions that were answered. I'm not sure if the movie or the series is still trying to fuck with me, and I don't like that. So, yeah, I mean, I can't give this movie a rating. I can't because I don't know how good it was. I still don't. It's just so different. I'm getting caught up in really deep thought here, but The Force Awakens was a perfect bridge from one generation Star Wars to another. I'm not saying I'm not going to see the other films. Of course I will. I'm not saying that I won't end up really liking this one. I'm still not sure. Watching this, I kind of got the impression that maybe this just isn't my Star Wars anymore. It's not that it's bad. It just didn't feel like Star Wars to me. But with that said, the older I get, and the more Star Wars we're going to see, because we're going to see a ton, the more I feel like I might become disconnected. And I'm fine with that. Overall, I am going to say it is a good movie. It's just not the universe that I've grown accustomed to. It takes things in a different direction, and I shouldn't begrudge the movie for that. It's just the direction that it went was not one that necessarily made me happy, the way that Star Wars has so many times throughout my life. So, I'm not going to give a rating. I'm probably going to see it again, and I'll come back to you. But, interesting stuff here. This is not the end. And I'm glad JJ is coming back for episode 9. I would have liked him to come back for episode 8. I think that it would have been great to see him oversee this whole trilogy. The times, they are changing, even in Star Wars. And this movie really puts that on display. So I'll get back to you later with full thoughts, but this is my initial reaction. I know this might be underwhelming to some of you, but tough titty. You can follow me on Twitter at Castellani2014. See you later. Never stop losing.